Hello, thanks for checking out how to use ShedWool scheduling. My name is Corey. I'm going to walk you through the process very easily. We're going to use the web version for this purpose. We recommend that for admins getting set up, and then we also have the mobile apps for Android and iOS that you're welcome to use as well. So the first thing we're going to do, go to ShedWool.com. Here's the website, and we're just going to jump right into it. So we're going to click Sign Up on the top right. We're then going to put your name in, or in this case, my name in. I'm going to put my email address or your email address as the case may be. And we're going to create a password. If you're anything like me, you'll probably want to write it down, although it will auto-save it for you as well. And we're on to the next part. We're going to add our business name, and I'm sure that your business is the best business. We hope that our business is also the best business, so we're just going to call it Best Business Number 1. And we can choose a time zone. I'm in the central time zone, so I'm going to leave that there. We choose what day of the week our schedule starts, and you'll see that when we get into it. Monday seems great. I'm okay with them sending me updates and news, so that completes the registration. And it's going to take us right into the home screen. And we're pretty much off to the races here. You can see this is my account, Corey. Where here's the business, Best Business 1. A couple tabs on the side. We can manage our team from here, our different locations. So say we have a few locations. Maybe this is the Best Business Number 2. And we can put an address if we want to. I always love 21 Jump Street. And we can definitely just leave that address blank if you would like to. You see Best Business 1 has one team member. That's me. No one's been assigned yet to the Best Business Number 2. And we can put as many as we want there by clicking on New Location. But for the purpose of this demo, we're just going to keep it real simple, keep it real clean. So here you can see we're on Best Business 1, so there I am. If we were to go to Best Business 2, there's no employees there yet. We're going to change that right now. So we'll go to Best Business 1. We are going to first create some departments, and then we'll create some positions, and then we can actually add some employees and get going. So yeah, every use case is different. I'm going to say that Best Business is a restaurant, so we've got our front of the house. We're going to have our back of the house. And then I'm going to add a management department. And you can put as many here as you want. I'm clearly having a great typing day. Okay, so departments, we've got a couple of those. Positions, we're going to add some positions as well. So I'm going to have a hostess. She's in the front of the house. I like to color coordinate, and you'll see when we create the schedule that just visually makes it a little bit easier to see, and then we can filter as well. We definitely have some servers. They're also front of the house. They always want to make money, so we'll give them money green. So we've got some line cooks in the back of the house. We have some prep cooks. And every industry is different. We are available 24/7 to help you out. So if you're having a hard time wrapping your head around the departments and positions, you can always reach out to ShedWool at contact@shedwool.com, and someone will get back to you right away. We're also active on social media. So we're now going to put a manager in the manager department. We'll do a shift supervisor just so that we have enough kind of going on that it'll make sense when we build the schedule out. So, okay, we've got some departments, we've got some positions. We are now going to come back to our schedule, and we're going to add some team members. So, go to Team. There I am. We'll want to edit me and add me to make me maybe the manager. And maybe sometimes I'll need to schedule myself as a server. So, you never know. We wear all the hats, right? Okay. So now we're going to add some more team members. So we've got Peter. We've got Paul. And we've got Mary. Okay. So Peter's a manager. Paul and Mary are employees. I'm going to say that Peter is a manager of both locations, and we're actually going to make them all available at all locations just for simplicity. But this is a place where if you have different employees that maybe work at one or two locations, or certain employees only work at one, certain employees only work at the other, that's great too. So Peter is a manager. He may also need to be a shift supervisor in his capacity. And you'll note I'm in as an admin, so you'll probably be the admin if you're watching this video. An admin controls who can request time off, approved or denied. You can you're the gatekeeper. A manager can go in and do a lot of the things that an admin can't, but the admin pretty much trumps them. So Paul's a server, and as a server, maybe sometimes he's a shift supervisor, but he's not a manager. And Mary is a server as well, but she also works as a hostess. So if we know their emails, we can put them in whenever, and then that will send them an invite to your group. We can also leave that blank for now, so that's what we're going to do. We can now go in and see our team. There they are. So they're not invited because they don't have email addresses in yet, but I did put one, so I'm in. And that's about it. We are now ready to build a schedule. So one of the things that we've done with ShedWool that makes it pretty easy and quick are these shift blocks. So down here you'll be able to access them. Either place you can create the shift blocks. So let's just make a couple shift blocks. We'll say that the servers, and you can put it at any in all locations if you like. We're going to say that a server starts at 10 in the morning. And we don't know exactly what time they end, so we're going to leave that blank. Servers don't get unpaid breaks. We're going to color coordinate. We're going to make a couple more shift blocks. So we'll do another server, and maybe this one starts at 4 p.m. Again, we don't know what time they're out. No break needed. Do a couple shift blocks for the management. So let's say a manager is 9 to 5. And they take a 30-minute lunch break that they're not paid for. Okay, we're going to do a couple hostess shifts because we have a hostess to schedule. We need her in a little bit earlier. We'll call her 9:30 in the morning. She's going to work until 1 p.m. And these are all completely changeable, but you'll kind of see in a moment why these are make it a little bit more convenient. And we'll do one more. We have a server, manager, hostess. Okay, well, we're not getting far if we don't have someone cooking the food, right? So they start early. The prep would start even later. So since they're in so early, say they get to leave at noon. Then we'll bring in another prep cook at 11, and they will work the rest of the day. So again, this is very much. I'm just putting this to any use case that I can think of, and it's definitely adaptable. Oops, definitely adaptable to your use case as well. I mean, they're probably going to work all day long. It's not easy being a line cook. Okay, great. So now we've got some departments, we've got some positions, we've got some employees, we've got some shift blocks. So let's go and create a schedule. Grayed out behind us are days that have already passed. Today that I'm recording this is the 21st of March. Today's a Wednesday. And we go to these shift blocks, and we're just going to create a schedule. We can put shifts up as free shifts if we want shifts that someone can pick up. Anyone that's qualified will see they're available. They can try to pick them up. So let's see. On a Wednesday, we are going to need a server. And you see when I place these, the green icons. So that's a red one. So Peter is not qualified to be a line cook. He's available. He wants to work that day, but he's not qualified. Neither is Paul. Neither is Mary. Neither is Corey. Oh, would you look at that? I haven't put a line cook in. So let's go fix that. Let's put somebody in as a line cook. Hey, Paul can cook, right? We don't need to add another employee at the moment, although we absolutely could. But so now we've got a line cook. Okay, we're going to update him. We're going to go back to the schedule. And now, when we're scheduling out our line cooks, Peter's not qualified. Paul's qualified. And you're also going to see on the side, so right now that's a 5-hour shift. Paul's scheduled 5 hours. Okay. It doesn't tabulate if we don't know the out time, but at the bottom here it'll tell you how many hours are scheduled as well. So I've got a line cook, I've got a server, I need a hostess. Mary's qualified for that. And we're we're going to need a manager. And rather than assigning somebody as a manager, I'm going to put it as a free shift and they'll be able to pick that up. So what I can do, we can now do a couple of things. I can at any point click on a shift and add a shift, right? It doesn't have to be a shift block. So if I'm going to add a server, tell them to bring an apron. Maybe this is a real early shift. We're going to put an end time to this just so we can see the hours tabulated and such. So that's now on there, and you can see with the bubble that there's a note. So they'll see that there's a note on their shift, bring an apron. Okay, so we can copy shifts. If I click this, rather than having to go there, I can just drag and drop them. It'll stay where they are. Now if I drag this and I copy it, the shift note is going to stay on there. Or I can always just add another server shift down there. So that's kind of what it looks like. We'll say that the best business is closed on Sundays. So we've kind of got a little schedule going on. We've got our servers, we've got our hostesses, we've got some managers that someone can go in and pick up, and we're going to review this. It looks good. So we're now going to publish this shift. Okay. Now, the employees don't have their email addresses in, but if they do, they'll all get a notification and they'll all get notified. So basically, no one that doesn't have an email address is live. So now we've got a schedule, okay? Now we can go look at the next week. There's nothing there. So what we can do, we can either begin to create an entirely new schedule, or we can literally just copy this to the next week. Okay? Now, let's say we were on that blank week like we were. We can even copy last week to here. And so these are still grayed out, you'll notice. So they're not published yet. And the good thing about that, copy shifts is on. We need to fill out these other days, right? And you can see that Mary was qualified for that. Paul's our line cook, but he likes to serve. We're gonna let Paul, or Peter rather, we're gonna let Peter manage a couple days, so we don't need that there. So I'm gonna turn the copy shifts off. So now when I slide this, you can see it goes to a day where it's needed. Okay, so here's another one. We're going to publish that out. So now you can see that they are no longer grayed out. They're white. Your staff is going to get those notifications. This is where you'll go and edit any employees or add them as needed. This is where you add extra locations. Your business settings, very simple. You'll tell us what industry you're on if you want. That way when we start optimizing even more for industries, it'll help you out. You can add this shortcut to your desktop. So this way I can just click on that at any time. The logo should populate, but we can open that at any time and it'll take you directly into your account. So that's basically how you use ShedWool scheduling, and we hope that we are able to help you and your team optimize your scheduling process, help people work when they want to. People can always message each other through ShedWool. We have a messaging component as well. It'll tell them kind of that their shifts are ready to view. They'll get a notification about that. And that's how you use ShedWool. Thanks so much for checking us out. We are available to help you anytime, any day, so don't be a stranger. Take care.